Hey, welcome to Decide New with JW. This is Decide New number 53, Challenge Yourself. So it's actually a conversation that me and my wife were having, and she said you should do a video about, challenging yourself. And we sat down and we talked about a few different ideas, and I realized that, to many of us, we don't challenge ourselves enough in the right ways. And because we're so used to what we're doing. And I did a video previously called Comfort Zone, and we're stuck in that. We're stuck in that box. And we don't try to challenge ourselves to get out of it because we're scared, we're afraid, we're hesitant, and all those things are normal. But when we challenge ourselves, it unleashes a new perspective, and a perspective that we might not have had about that previously. It gives us confidence, and why do we not want to be confident in certain things? I mean, if I'm challenging myself to do something and I go ahead and I knock it out and I accomplish it, I know that I'm now more confident if I was to do it again. And that's the thing. It gives you the confidence even if you do have to do it again and it was challenging. So once you challenge yourself, it becomes easier to repeat. Say it's a hard workout that, is challenging, or say I want to go ahead and I want to climb a hill. Well, that's going to be challenging to an individual that might not have never climbed a hill. One of the places that I go to all the time, the Stairway to Heaven, every single time it is challenging. The first time is challenging. The second time and so on is more challenging if I go up and down more than once. But I know the next time I go back, it's not going to be as challenging because my body gets used to it. I understand what I'm going and doing. It's not the first time that I've done it, one, or accomplished it, two. My muscles realize what it is when I get there and I start hitting those, the flights of stairs. My body takes over. We know that, we've done this already, and it keeps going and it pushes through. But a lot of the times we don't challenge ourselves because of what I just talked about. Being scared, it's normal. It's normal to be scared to do something that you've never done before, and especially if you've heard that it was challenging from someone else. It's normal to want to quit. It's normal to hesitate because you don't know what you're about to face. That's the point. That's the point. It's fine. Let that be the norm. Okay? But just because that's normal doesn't mean that we don't do it. All right? If you're scared, that's fine. We push through that. If you want to quit, we push through that. We continue to do what we're doing. We challenge ourselves because it's key to ensuring that we can do something. We set our minds out on doing, we accomplish it, and then we go for it again the next time, or we go for something harder the next time because we already have, the experience, we already have the confidence, and we know that we can continue to push through overall. The more we challenge ourselves, the easier it becomes, and we realize that things that we said were challenging aren't really as tough or as challenging as we thought to previously. And I think about all the different things that you could challenge yourself. Say I wanted to learn a new language. I live in Japan, and there are certain, words that I think are essential to know here. And if I don't challenge myself to do it, I'm not going to. And it's scared. Like if I say the wrong word, it has it has a different meaning. And I don't want that to be portrayed as what I was trying to say. So it's on me, the individual, to challenge myself and to ensure that I get what I want out of it. I make sure that I understand the word, correctly, and I understand how to say it correctly, and I understand that it's interpreted correctly. So there's a lot of different things that you might challenge. Say you want to go and you want to try out for something, and you challenge yourself. Big dreams. You want to go ahead and become a baseball player, and I'm talking about the major league level. That's challenging. There are some individuals that are natural at it, but if you don't go out there and you don't try and you don't challenge yourself, you know that you're never going to go ahead and get there. And as you do that, and as you become more confident, and as you become, better in the area that you are trying to go for, well, then guess what? It becomes easier. It becomes second nature to us. But if we don't challenge ourselves at all, we're not going to get, that experience. We're not going to get that confidence by just standing around and doing nothing. These videos are challenging to ensure that I get the right content out there every single night. And I worked on my podcast for most of the day, and I was working through some things, and I recorded it a couple times, and I wasn't pleased with it. So I go back and I go back to the drawing board on some of the certain specific topics that I want to talk about in that podcast, because I want to make sure that it's the right. But if I don't and I just throw out some crappy content just to kind of get a check in the box, that's not challenging myself. I have to challenge myself, because I have to be the individual that not only talks about this, but is leading from the front when I'm talking about it. You're not going to listen to me, or you're not going to believe me if you don't see that I'm challenging myself in certain ways. My wife, she challenges me. I challenge my wife on different things. My support system that's out there. If you don't have a support system, then sometimes it's even more challenging to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. But just realize that once you do it, and once you challenge yourself, and once you realize that you're able to accomplish it because you were able to successfully get through whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to be able to do it again, and you're going to be able to take that and take it up a notch every single time. I challenged myself in this way, and now I was able to accomplish it. It was a hard workout, and I did this hard class that was difficult, and there was a lot of homework, and there was a lot of different things that I had to read, but I was able to accomplish it. And I know now, all right, well, the next class that I do, I'll be able to accomplish it because I already accomplished something that was similar, right? And then when I look at the workload and I realize, okay, this is everything that I already did, it's not as challenging. We have to look at things and we have to push ourselves in that direction, because if not, we're just going to stay in that comfort zone. We're going to stay in that box that a lot of people live in, and we're never going to get outside of it. Don't be that individual. Challenge yourself daily. Challenge yourself in everything that you do, because at the end of the day, it'll make you a better you. And that's the goal overall, to be a better you, to be better in every single way. So therefore, you can be better in life, you can be better in your future, in your success, in your profession, in your family, all those different things. But if you don't challenge yourself, you're not going to get there. Appreciate you watching. If you like the video, hit like, share it with your friends, especially those friends that you don't think challenge themselves enough. Until my next video, thanks for watching. Decide New number 53, challenge yourself.